Hey folks, I'm the Amazing Vito, and you know, um, there's this amazing show I've been watching for the last couple of years that God, millions and millions of people have finally uh, take notice. Um, yeah, and people ask, why is this show Cobra Kai? I'm talking about it's behind me, missing a thumb. Happened to me at war. Uh, it's a boating accident. Anyways, um, people ask, why is this show so good? And it's simple. It's good because the guys that created it have passion. They care. They really not. I'm not saying that if you're doing a movie or whatever, they don't care. These guys really care. Like they really like this is their their child, and they respect the audience members or the viewers. They respect them. They want them to. They have so many Easter eggs. I mean, if you haven't watched Cobra Kai, then you've been living under a rock. And if you're not into karate, you don't need to be to love this show. All you need to do is watch Karate Kid from 1984. Watch all of them. Well, there's one that you shouldn't, but anyways, we'll watch them all. And let me their names. The guys who created this: John Horowitz, Josh Heald, and Hayden Schulenberg. That's Schulenberg. He's Jewish. All right. Anyways, so it's a man. It's a killer show. You got to watch it. Um, I remember doing a set, and in the middle of my set, I brought up Cobra Kai, and afterwards, people came up to me and they were like, "Man, I love that show. I absolutely love that show." And you see the joy on their faces. And this was, it was lockdown was just, it was like we were free for a little bit, and then they locked us down again. So we had, I could do a show, and had people come out, and with lockdown, you're stuck at home. If there's anything you want to watch Cobra Kai. Um, I'm not getting paid. God, I should be. Look at the size of this thing. Look at that. Look at that. 50 years old, and I got a zip. I popped it. And you have no idea. And if anybody knows how to fix, like, my hand disappears. If anybody knows, please comment below. I got a buddy in Toronto that he's kind of a techie guy, and he can't come out here. It's way about 2 hours away. Anyways, back to the show. You got to watch this show. There's many reasons too. It can be very emotional. It was very emotional for me watching this show. I'll admit it. My eyes got teary-eyed watching the struggles that both of these guys have, and William Zebka and Ralph Macchio, of course, are Daniel LaRusso going up against Johnny Lawrence, and they got that, their evil teacher, who, all three of those guys, spoiler alert, they're teaching karate, they're teaching life, like what Daniel was doing. He was being taught lessons in life. When you're a young man, young boy, and an older person gives you a word of advice, there's one I wrote. There's so many wonderful quotes, so many beautiful quotes of this, but he tells Daniel one that I remember. He says, the lesson is not just for karate, it's about life. When Daniel was, he was on the mat and he was all messed up. This lesson, it's about life, man. And Kreese, the evil Kreese. You find out, he's evil for a reason. He's trying to teach kids that, life can suck and it's a jungle out there. And I'm trying to teach them the best possible way to get through this jungle. And you got to be tough. You got to be mean. You can't be nice. If you're nice, they'll stab you in the back, and there's a reason why. So you gotta watch the show to understand why Kreese teaches his style of karate, where Johnny for many years was warped and thought that's the way you learn karate, and no. And Johnny never had it. Everybody thought, when I was a kid, thought Johnny had it so easy, so great, and you find out no, no, no. Here's the thing: nobody knows what somebody is struggling with. I mean, there's a buddy I knew for many years. I didn't talk to him for 8 or 9 months. Just didn't. Just sometimes you just don't. And I find out that he passed, and he never told me that he was. And we weren't like close, but I considered him a friend. We used to go to the bars and pick up anything that moved. But he passed, and he never told me. He had this disease for years, and he never told me, which I wish he did. So when I thought, hey, this guy's got a Corvette, he's loaded, he owns buildings, that could all go away like that. Bad things happen to everybody. It's just a fact of life. So anyways, this show, what Horowitz and Josh and Hayden, what those guys did is they respected people. There's no PC. There's no, they destroyed Doctor Who, but that's another story. But they really cared about, being respectful and not thinking you're stupid. There's so many Easter eggs. There's a beautiful one where, I laughed my brains out watching this part where Twisted Sister D is playing. He's up there, and if you don't know, Schneider, D. Schneider of Twisted Sister, a long time ago, did a concert, and he noticed that a bunch of people were sitting down, and he literally stopped the show, and he said, "What are the you need to stand up, man. You guys need to stand up. You got to rock and roll." And he went to the back, after the show, and they didn't stand up, and he was all bent out of shape. And finally, his manager went up to him and told him that those people that weren't standing up are in wheelchairs. So they're in the wheelchair section, genius. So it was, spoiler alert, that was in there where, Johnny's trying to help Miguel to move, and he loves this boy. He's doing everything in his power to be like his father figure. It's just, anyway, it's this beautiful show that you really need to watch. And what else? I'm old now, so I got notes, and I'm old, so I write notes that I can't even remember what I've written. So, there's and there's also beautiful music, the storylines. There's one guy that wanted to kill him in Karate Kid 2, comes back, then his mortal enemy from 35 years ago, and it turns out that they forgive each other, and it's this wonderful moment. Yeah, there's so many moments that a buddy of mine, he was supposed to come over. You're not allowed to have anybody over lockdown or whatever, but anyways, he was supposed to come over, and I already watched the show, but I've been watching it with my son. And my son, I made sure he watched all the Karate Kid movies. And I explained to my son, this is what this means, and whatever. Anyway, my friend Chris was supposed to come over, and he texts me at 11 o'clock yesterday, and he's like, "Hey man, sorry I can't come over." And I text him back going, why? Like, why can't you come over? Scared of lockdown? And he he goes, "No, man, I just finished watching the show." Like, and I was like, "What do you mean? You just finished watching the show?" I just, I told you that it was out on Netflix a day ago. And he literally he did what I did. He watched the whole thing. I mean, from beginning to end. And he's like, "I'm so sorry," and I go, "No, I understand, but, if you want, come over, watch it with me." Cause I love, he knows all the, you know, he knows Karate Kid 1 and 2 and 3, and he loves Cobra Kai. So, um, watch it with a friend. My wife, she was never into karate, and she couldn't understand. She kept going, "Why are you watching an after school special?" You know, and I'm like, "Your shows suck compared to mine. What are you talking about?" You know, and this always happens because I always pick good movies, and she thinks I pick movies like that are, gore, and yeah, I'm not into gore, but she's like, "You pick stupid movies," and I'm like, "No, Predator is not a stupid movie." Anyways, um, she fell in love with this movie. I mean, the show and the movies, and she understands, and she pretends that she's not into it, and meanwhile she's sitting there, teary eyed when something happens, or when Johnny's trying to do something right. You just see the pain and suffering this man goes through. All of them go through, especially Johnny. He's trying to do the right thing, and you wish that the actor, William Zepka, hopefully he gets more work out of this, not just the karate, uh, not only just karate, but also just in anything, because his acting in this, especially number 3, was incredible. I mean, he makes you cry, you know, and that's the passion that these three gentlemen that have created this beautiful show that people want more and more of. And it sucks is you got to wait for season 4. So, and I'm sure they're, the pressure they must be under, to go. We really, the last 3 ones, we've really done an awesome job. Uh, let's not screw this up, and I'm sure they won't. So, watch this show, please do so, please do so, and you know, strike first, strike hard, and they will always come back for more, and that's the truth. All right, go watch Karate Kid movies and watch Cobra Kai. That show rocks, and you will not be disappointed. I promise you. All right, be good.